What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Tuesday. A bit of a different video here today based on the slate. We got a Tuesday going into Wednesday slate. One game tipping off at 10:30 tonight. The Bulls facing the Lakers. And then we got 3 games on Wednesday. We got the Cavs, Nets, Wizards, Hornets. And then we got the Trailblazers, 76ers. My favorite game to target, as you'll tell throughout this video, will be this Brooklyn-Cleveland game. I mean, there's a chance that it could be a blowout, like the Cavs could blow out the Nets, but the Nets have kept every game close for the most part. They've been playing with some fire this year, so I think they'll keep that close for at least the first 3 quarters, if not the full 4 quarters in that game. So that's my favorite game to target. The Bulls-Lakers, I like the Lakers side of the ball, but some of their guys are kind of overpriced, but I got one of those guys. So this is definitely a different kind of slate here today. A little bit annoying, but as long as like the players aren't locked in for the next or Wednesday's games, and it should be fine. Maybe I'll update some plays in the video if anything changes. We currently only have like one guy that's questionable. That's Trevor Booker. He's currently questionable for the Nets. So maybe I'll update anything in that tomorrow if anything changes with my plays. But I got my top 5 plays for the slate and my dollar trade play of the day. So drop a like in the video if you are ready to go and going to play the slate here tonight. It should be a pretty good one. Some interesting games on this slate. And definitely subscribe to get these videos every single day. I'll be doing the full 14 game slate here tomorrow on Wednesday's video. Didn't want to do that now before any information can come out, because that's 14 games. Like, anything can change from now until tomorrow morning. So that is what I got here today. Yesterday, we had a very good day with some of the plays. Victor Oladipo went ham. Probably one of the best plays on the slate yesterday. Then Kyle Anderson had a very good game as well. Both of those plays returned over 8 times value. But we also did have a disappointing play with Alfred Payton. He just couldn't get any shots to drop. I mean, he got the assist. He got 7 assists for us, so he kind of was filling it up, but he just couldn't get any shots to drop, so that gave DJ Augustine some more run with that in mind, because Payton wasn't able to do what I expected him to do. If he was just able to get a few shots to drop, it could have been a very good night. The lineup that I tweeted out did very well as well. I scored 299.5, so almost breaking 300, but a very good lineup and very good night all around last night. So let's get into it. My first guy is going to be LeBron James. On the slate, no one really has that same upside besides maybe Embiid. Simmons hasn't shown crazy upside. I don't think he's been able to reach like 60 DraftKings points yet this year. So I think LeBron could easily reach 60, maybe even 70 in this matchup against the Nets. He had a very good game against them earlier in the year. He got 70 on the nose, and he had some very good games against them as well last year. They're a very undersized team with everything considered. I mean, they're going to have Trevor Booker maybe starting at the 5, and if he's out, they'll probably have Quincy Ace or Tyler Zeller playing at the 5. So an undersized team, and LeBron can just drive at will and also fill it up at that kind of like that point forward role again here in this game. He's been able to get the assist a lot this year, almost 9 per game. So I think he can flirt with another triple-double in this game. He got the triple-double against the Nets last time, but he also did have 8 turnovers. So if he can just cut down a few in those turnovers and get the stats just piling up like he normally can. He's had some big games lately. In Cleveland as well. He plays very well at home, so I think he can have a big game here. The Nets just keep it close. LeBron can easily go off and just win you some money on the slate. I expect his ownership to be fairly highly owned, so maybe keep that in mind in GPP. If you want to get a bit cute, maybe it can go down to like Ben Simmons maybe, or Joel Embiid. Nurkic has been actually a pretty good defender this year, so I'd probably prefer Ben Simmons out of the two, I guess, if I was going to go down one of those two. So keep that in mind. But my second guy is going to be another player in this Nets-Cavs game, Spencer Dinwiddie. He's been performing very well with Russell out. He got 35, 50, and 39 the last 3 games. This guy's an underrated player, a good scorer, a good shooter. He's also a good passer, more of that pure point guard role for this Nets offense compared to Russell. It was more just like that shooting guard, scorer, point guard, not really a true point guard. So Spencer Dinwiddie can easily fill it up again here in this spot, maybe even get a double-double with the assists in this game. And he had a very good game against the Cavs earlier. He got 40 DraftKings points in that game, only 31 minutes. He's been able to get 34, 31, and 31 minutes the last 3 games. So some consistent run The usage has been pretty consistent, 13 shots, 14 and 14, so you kind of know what you're going to get. I think he'll get over 30 DraftKings points pretty easily. We need around 33 out of him to return 5 times value, and he's made that look pretty easy over the last 3 games, so lock him in. I love Spencer Dinwiddie. He's been able to perform every single game for me. Knock on wood, it seems like. So I love him in that spot. Then we're going to go with Brandon Ingram. The game here tonight on Tuesday. 6,200 going against the Bulls. The Bulls are like an okay defensive team. They don't really play at a fast pace, but the Lakers, they play at a fast pace, and I think Brandon Ingram has a nice matchup here going against them. Valentine's going to probably be matched up against them on defense, and he's not really a great defender. And Brandon Ingram, he's been playing very well at home. If you look at the splits, like 30 DraftKings points per game at home compared to 24 on the road. Don't know why he's been able to do better here at home. It seems like his rebounds and assists have been up for whatever reason, even in less minutes. So maybe that's kind of fluky, but I think we'll have a big game here. 6,200. Kyle Kuzma's priced up to like 7,200. Not sure how that happened, but Brandon Ingram, he is the best price, I think, on this Lakers team and able to return the most upside on that price. Like we saw against the 76ers, he was able to get 48 in that game. I think he can get over 30 DraftKings points in this game against an okay, kind of bad defensive team in Chicago. So I like Brandon Ingram a lot. Here tonight, he always has that big upside because he can fill it up in multiple categories. Another guy that seems a little bit underpriced for me is Dwight Howard at 6,700. The matchup isn't that great on paper. They're first against centers on the year, but Gortat is a little bit too small for Howard, so I think Howard can overman him in this game and get another double-double here. He's been able to go off over the last 2 games against some good centers too, against Cat and against DeAndre Jordan, able to get double-doubles in both. So if he can just get another double-double, he should be able to return value on that 6,700 price tag here. Against Gortat, we saw Whiteside go off against Gortat a few games ago. And also John Henson on the Bucks was able to get a double-double last night or the night before, whatever time that game was. And it was less minutes than Howard usually plays as well. So I think Howard can get some rebounds and get a few points to get the double-double in this game and return some value. He went off for me last night against the T-Wolves, so I love Howard again here tonight. So lock him in. So that's the first 4. And we're going to go back to this Nets-Cavs game. Allen Crabbe at 4,600 going against the Cavs. We know that their three-point defense hasn't been good this year. I'm going to guess that J.R. Smith is matched up against them, and we all know that J.R. Smith can fall asleep on defense. And Crabbe's had some nice little games without Russell in the lineup, 29, 30, and 38. The last 3, he is kind of streaky. I mean, he is mostly a scorer, like a shooter. So maybe more GPP here, but I think the price is pretty damn good at 4,600, considering the upside that he can return, especially against a Cavs team that can fall asleep on defense. They're coming off a big win against the Pistons, so maybe they'll kind of under or overlook the Nets here in this game. Like Allen Crabbe a lot. They need another scorer with Russell out, so I think Dinwiddie and Crabbe and even Hollis Jefferson are probably the best guys to target on this spot for the Nets. So I'm going to lock in Allen Crabbe there. So that's the top 5. 4,900 remaining per player, not too shabby. Then for my Dollar Tree play, another guy in the Cavs here, Jay Crowder, 3,800. He's having a very disappointing year. Not able to get any shots to really drop, but over the last couple of weeks, whatever, he's been able to have some solid games. He showed that against Detroit, 5 for 11 from the field, not too bad. 25 DraftKings points. If you could just have that one game where he's able to hit a lot of shots and get a lot of value, similar to what he did against Washington, I guess. He was able to get 31 DraftKings points in that game. So maybe, I don't know, he just has good opportunities. I feel like the minutes have been there, around 30 minutes per game, and his rebounds have been up since Tristan Thompson has been out. He's been kind of playing that 3/4 with LeBron, kind of switching it up with him. So I think he has an opportunity to get some rebounds again here. And this game's going to be up-tempo. The Nets don't play much defense, so I think Crowder can just hit a few shots and return the opportunity. I mean, this is the best spot he really can do it in. And they got Jose Calderon starting at the point guard for them, so he's not really a great scorer. But he is 3,000 on DraftKings, which kind of is interesting. But I think Crowder has to step up again here in this spot. They really need some offensive players to get it done outside of LeBron. So I think Jay Crowder is a guy that can step up in this matchup at 3,800. So lock him in there. So that's all I got, guys. You got 5,400 remaining per player. Some guys that could go off in their spots at pretty good prices. LeBron at 11,500. I mean, the price isn't that great. He kind of is priced up, but you got to pay up on small slates sometimes for that stud that can go off in that matchup, especially against Brooklyn, one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So we got Dinwiddie, Ingram, LeBron, Jay Crowder, Dwight Howard, and Allen Crabbe. I think honestly Howard could go for like 40 plus in that game. He just gets so many damn rebounds, and if he's able to score, that's just insane on his upside. So those are all good plays. Smaller slate can be a little bit tough in these kind of slates, but I'll update the plays tomorrow if anything changes. So drop a like in the video if you enjoyed it. Ready to win some money for tonight, and definitely subscribe if you haven't already to get these plays every single day. We got the big slate here tomorrow. You don't want to miss that one. And then we got my NFL video coming out on Friday or so, probably after the injury reports and all that news. So I get a little better sense of what's going down this week in the NFL. So definitely stay tuned for that. I wish you guys the best of luck on this weird slate, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.